All righty, welcome everyone. I am Lamecca Holmes, Director of the East Flatbush Community Partnership, and welcome. You are here attending our monthly meeting for the month of July, and we are so grateful that you have joined us today. Our agenda is as follows. We're going to have our East Flatbush Community Partnership Program updates. We have a presentation from Julia from Canva. We have another presentation from Darlena from Diaspora Community Services. We have our program updates and then next steps. Does someone want to say something? Okay. All right, so our East Flatbush Community Partnerships. Kai, are you here? I was hoping to bring people in from Teams. Kai, are you back with us?
Yes. Sorry, I got kicked off.
Hi, Connie.
Hi, everybody. Hello, Lamecca. How are you?
Okay, I don't see Kai on, so I will continue with his portion. He's assisting us with Teams. So we have our newsletter. As you all know, that newsletter goes out every week on a Wednesday. If you have any flyers or events that you would like us to share with our community, make sure that you email Cindy Reed. Her email address is up on the screen, reidc@jccamy.org. And we also have our monthly meeting presenter form. That form allows you to complete it and let us know which month you would like to present. We normally have about 2 presenters each month. And so Kai is going to put the link for the chat in the chat for that form, so you can fill that out. Kai, you ready to continue with the rest of the updates?
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you.
Sorry. Starting with our community resident liaison. Apply to be our community resident. Well, hold on, I'm sorry. A lot's going on. Hi, my name is Kai Prayer. I'm the community ambassador for East Flatbush Community Partnership. And starting with our community resident liaison, our requirements are please reside in one of our zip codes, 11203, 11212, and 11226. There will be a $250 stipend every 3 months. If you speak Creole or Spanish, it's preferred, but you don't have to. No education requirements, just knowledge of your neighborhood and a willingness to make a difference. We already started meet and greets and started having openings for the position, but we are looking for more, just more openings, and hopefully to see you. Next slide. Our virtual open door, second Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. It's a monthly virtual resource fair for East Flatbush residents to share information and access resources, families, and communities to learn. We also give out gift cards there. And for meeting, login, and credentials, please contact our community organizer, Cindy Reed. And here you are at this general monthly meeting. Happens every 4th Thursday of each month from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Hopefully you enjoy. Thank you. I would also like to give a shout out to our websites, our beautiful website that everybody should go check out. You will find everything that you need there about us and about what you need. Thank you.
Okay, Cindy, are you ready with the past events?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Cindy Reed here with the partnership. We had a community baby shower on June 29th in partnership with the Brooklyn Public Library, Rugby's Branch, and God Squad. It was a great event. A lot of families received a lot of giveaways and services. We also tabled at another community baby shower that was hosted by the Assemblywoman Monique Waterman on July 8th. You see the various partners that were participating there. It was well attended as well. in partnership with city and other partners as well. We also provided a workshop, financial workshop to the community held by Citibank on financial literacy. And on July 14th, we tabled with God Squad at East Flatbush Village for their annual Occupy the Corner. We also tabled at the Brooklyn Library Flatlands location on July 15th with the tots and teens in focus. And we also tabled for God Squad's annual Community Day on July 22nd. And for upcoming events, we have our annual Mind, Body, and Soul Street Connect, during which several providers is going to attend to share resources with the community. And also we'll be distributing Clean Right laundry cards preloaded with $48 on it, and laundry items such as detergent, fabric softener, and dryer sheets. That will be at 1205 Flatbush Avenue this Saturday, July 29th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we'd love if you could share the flyer with your network to, get it out there to the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Those of you who were not here at the top of the meeting, we are glad that you are with us. Welcome. And everyone who was there at the top of the meeting, please a reminder to everyone, introduce yourself in the chat. Let us know if you're a resident or service provider of East Flatbush. We would love to know who is representing and where you all are from. Adeline?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adeline, and I am the administrative assistant for the East Flatbush Community Partnership. So we will be starting on with our presenters for the day. And now starting off will be Julia Gainley from the Community Liaison of Home Base Canva.
All right, thank you so much. Let me share my screen. Can someone let me know if you can see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Does it look good, look big? All right, great. So like Adeline said, my name is Julia Ganley, and I'm a community liaison for Canva's Home Base program. And yeah, I'm happy to be here today to give you guys an overview of the program, the homelessness prevention and eviction prevention services that we offer, and how folks can access those services. I have set aside time for questions at the end of the presentation. So if any questions come up at any point, just, make a note of it to yourself, and we can address those at the end. You can put them in the chat if you want, but I won't probably look at them till the end. And thank you to East Flatbush Community Partnership for having me today. Oops. There we go. I'd like to start just by introducing Canva quickly. Canva is one of the largest nonprofit social service providers in New York City, with more than 160 different programs. And odds are that you might have heard of Canva before. I am curious to find out where you've heard of Canva or what programs you're familiar with. So if you feel like writing in the chat, when you think of Canva, is there a specific program that you've heard of before? You don't have to put it in the chat. You can just try to make it a little, I just try to make it a little interactive, Someone said they attended a workshop for entrepreneurs. Very cool. ESL classes, yes, those are popular. A lot of people have heard of our youth programs in the schools. Health homes, yes. Anyway, yeah, we do have these 6 different program areas that touch on kind of different aspects of people's lives. But the program that I work for is home-based and it is distinct from our other programs. But that falls under the category of housing stability. So the basics of home base. Home base is a citywide program funded by the Department of Social Services. Which, as a lot of you probably know, oversees the Department of Homeless Services and HRA, and then also home base. And Canva is just one of several different local nonprofit providers. And between all these different providers, home base covers all of New York City, all 5 boroughs and every zip code area. The goal of the program is to prevent people from having to enter the shelter system or experience the trauma of homelessness, or experience it again if they have already. And the kind of approach is to identify folks who are at risk of losing their housing and provide kind of personalized assistance so they can stay stably housed in the community. Yeah, so how do we identify those people? There are 3 kind of big factors that we look at to determine if someone is eligible for assistance from home base. First, we look at someone's household composition. So we do serve families with children as well as single adult or adult family households, but there's a little bit different criteria. Second, we look at income. So we serve low income households. So household income has to be below a certain level to be eligible for assistance. And then finally, we look at someone's housing status. So we serve households that are at imminent risk of homelessness, according to our assessment. In addition, we also serve households that have housing subsidy or voucher that might need services, or folks who have previously lived in a shelter and left the shelter with a subsidy and they need those kind of aftercare services. But since one of the main factors in determining if someone is eligible for home base is this category, imminent risk of homelessness, I'd like to maybe hear from some of you all again in the chat, some examples of what this might look like. Anyway, just from, maybe your own lives or people that you work with, what kind of crisis might someone be going through that would make them lose their housing? If anyone has any thoughts, feel free to put it in the chat, but it's totally okay if not. Someone said loss of a job. Yes. Intimate partner violence survivor. And mental health challenges. Yes, for sure. Just insufficient income. Someone else said, yeah, so those are some factors that can lead to a housing crisis, right? Put someone at risk of losing their housing. Oops. And yeah, those are great examples. And some of the most common types of housing crises that our clients are facing are eviction, housing court case, serious safety or repair issues, rental arrears, which might be as the result of loss of a job, like some of you mentioned, or a result of, just not having enough income in this rental market, utility arrears as well, that could lead to a shut off. And another example that someone brought up, if domestic violence makes it unsafe for you to stay in your home. So when you think of home base, I guess, think of these types of situation. And since most of you work for social services or health organizations, this referral checklist goes through a couple factors that make it likely that someone would be eligible for home base. I'm gonna have this on a later slide as well, but it's, yeah. Oops. All right, it is important to point out that what I've gone over is just kind of a guideline to help everybody understand who home base serves and what we do. But for any individual, they would have to meet with one of our enrollment specialists to find out if they're eligible, and they would do a full assessment of their situation. It's also important to point out that if someone is currently unhoused or living in a shelter, home base usually can't serve you. Since we are a homelessness prevention program, we try to intervene before someone gets to that point. But if someone has, nowhere safe to stay, they can certainly contact DSS. That's right. There are several different ways that home base can help folks in this type of situation. And everybody's situation is unique, and so everybody's kind of service plan would be personalized. So not every client might receive all these different types of assistance, but these are the tools that are available to work towards that goal of saving someone's apartment, preserving their housing, or finding another safe and stable housing situation for them. Yeah, and most of these tools fall under financial types of assistance, including, short-term financial assistance to pay for rental arrears or utility arrears, sometimes moving costs, some money management and financial counseling, referrals to employment services if that's needed, again, depending on the individual situation, and applications and advocacy for public benefits. And we do have, an HRA consultant in 4 out of 5 of our offices. In terms of housing stability, we can assist with some tenant mediation or referrals to legal services. The legal services is working a little bit differently now that there's the right to counsel program in housing court. But and then one of the big things we do is applications for housing subsidies or vouchers. Especially, you might have heard, city FEPs. And then we provide services to current subsidy holders, city FEPs and FEPs, voucher or subsidy holders with whether they need to modify their subsidy, or they've recently lost it and they need to restore it, or they need to move for one, good cause. And then referrals to other needed social services. And then I do like to emphasize that home base doesn't place clients into housing or find a new apartment for them, because that's a common question that comes up. We have some resources that we give to our clients to assist them if they are looking for a new apartment. So to access home base, the first step is to find out which provider serves your zip code area. This is another way to kind of show what I was showing earlier about how under the home base umbrella, there are multiple different local nonprofit providers. And this map is available online at nyc.gov/homebase. You can also call 311 and ask for the information for the home base provider for your zip code area. And Canvas service area is in light blue here. So, or I'll go to the next slide. Zooming in on Canvas service area, you can see that we serve half to 2/3 of Brooklyn, and all of Staten Island. Our 5 offices, which are represented with these little Campbell logo dots here. In terms of East Flatbush, you know, we kind of serve some of the zip code areas that would be considered East Flatbush, but not all of them. So that could be helpful to know. So Catholic Charities would probably be the provider for some of those other zip code areas. And yeah, so for the general public, we ask folks to call our offices to request an appointment. And again, our phone numbers can be found online. Then for our kind of, you know, referring partners, we also we ask that you email referrals to canvahomebase@canva.org. Be sure to include the best contact information for your client, because the way that we will follow up on that referral is by usually calling them on the phone. So it's really important that we have their best phone number. Yeah, their name, their phone number, their address and email address, and then one or a couple of words about what kind of assistance they're looking for. One other note I'm going to add is if someone is currently in housing court, they have an active eviction case in housing court, let us know, because we usually can prioritize their case. And yeah, but this email address is not published online. So, you know, if you have clients that you want to refer, maybe write that down. You can also email me as well, and I can make that connection. And then I just included again here our kind of referral checklist. Of course, you know, once we have a client on our contact list, then we'll reach out to them, and then an enrollment specialist would do the full assessment to figure out if they're eligible. Obviously, that's not your job, but you know, I know it can be frustrating for a client to maybe get referred somewhere and then go through kind of multiple appointments just to find out they're not eligible. So it can be helpful to use a little quick checklist just to figure out if they might be a good fit for home base. Yeah. All right, so let me see how I'm doing on time. Pretty good. So yeah, here a couple tips for clients and or patients or clients that you might have who are going through a housing crisis. First of all, if someone starts to fall behind on their rent or the utility bills, I always remind people, you know, not to give up on paying them altogether. Pay whatever you can each month, because you know, the amount of arrears that you accrue can kind of limit your options sometimes. So pay whatever you can, and definitely communicate with your landlord or utility company, because sometimes you know, your utility company might have assistance that they can provide, or you're just a little bit behind, you might be able to work out a payment plan to catch up. And then reach out to HRA, to home base and community organizations for assistance as soon as possible, so you can avoid it becoming a crisis. The wait time to schedule an appointment at home base and whether or not walk-in appointments are available does depend on the office. And so I would say, again, call the office for your zip code area to find out what their process is for scheduling appointments or taking in new clients. And sometimes if the phones are really busy, people will call and have trouble getting through, then I would recommend, you know, you can just go into the office at least to speak to the receptionist and schedule that appointment. But again, if it's Canva's home base in Brooklyn or Staten Island, then you can definitely email me as well. there are certain documents that are required for the home-based intake process, and we encourage people to get all their documents together, even if they're maybe waiting for a callback or waiting for their appointment, because sometimes it can take a little while for people to gather all their documents. Like I mentioned before, it's, you know, super important that we can stay in contact with our clients. We encourage people to make sure their voicemail box is set up on whatever phone number they gave us. And, you know, check your voicemails and give us a call back if we call you. And then, you know, the other side of that is if you meet with a caseworker or an enrollment specialist, really encourage people to write down the name of a person they spoke with. And while you're speaking with them, ask them how you can contact them again, or what the next steps are. Because sometimes I'll speak to clients who can't remember who they spoke with, or they're confused about the status of their case. So I just remind people to do that. All right, so I work in the community and outreach and education team, community outreach and education team. And in general, we try to help low-income tenants in our service area in Brooklyn and Staten Island understand their rights and their options when facing a housing crisis, kind of how to navigate those different options that are available to them. And we, you know, love working with community partners to do that. So feel free to contact me if you are interested in scheduling an event, a resource fair, a workshop or training. We have our mobile unit that we use for outreach, or just want to talk about, you know, kind of a referral partnership. And in terms of trying to help folks understand their options and how to navigate the different resources, we have been working on creating some fact sheets and resource guides. And if you go to our Linktree page, you can scan the code. I'll show it again at the end. This is kind of a preview of what our Linktree looks like, but that's the place where you can subscribe to our newsletter, get our social media, whatever. But as I mentioned, these kind of tenants toolbox fact sheets we've been making to cover different hot topics in tenants' rights and to do with homelessness prevention and housing instability. So I definitely encourage people to check that out, because I'm aware it can be pretty confusing. Eligibility requirements for different programs are different. You know, there's different nonprofit providers that you have to contact. And it can be pretty confusing for people to navigate. So we're just trying to create resources that can help people understand their options a little bit better. And I guess that's it. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah, and if it's a question about a specific case, maybe we won't discuss that with the group, but you can email me, and my email address will be at the end. And I could put it in the chat as well. Yeah,
Thank you for that information, Julia. For the housing subsidies, I know that they changed the number. What are the new amounts for the families, different family sizes?
What do you mean? Can you what do you mean?
Like what would a one person, a one family member household, one family household, how much they would get if they were found eligible for City FEPS?
Got it. Let me see. I can email that to you. I don't have it up on my computer right now. You mean the maximum rent that the City FEPS subsidy would pay? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that new information sheet would be great. You can send that. Thank you.
Yeah, I can definitely email that to you.
Thank you, Julia. Does anyone else have questions for Julia?
I wonder, there's a lot of information. Thank you very much. Would you be able to share that with Lamecca so she can distribute it?
Yeah, you mean the slides? Yeah, for
Or
sure.
just the link tree or the QR code?
Yeah, actually, let me go to the next slide. Sorry. This slide here as well has the link tree, my email address, and the QR code just goes right to the link tree page.
Would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't overwhelm you too much with information.
Okay, any other questions? All right, thank you so much, Julia. That was definitely very informative.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I put my email address in the chat, so feel free to reach out about anything.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to pull up the presentation again so we can see our next presenter.
Right. For our next presenter that will be presenting this evening will be Darlena John, who is a program coordinator for the Diaspora Community Services. Darlena.
Darlena, are you on? I'm actually looking through the list now to see if Darlena is with us. I don't think so. Cindy, have you heard from Darlena?
I'm trying to email her now.
Okay, no problem. So what we'll do is we'll transition to our program updates. And then if Darlena joins us, then we'll let that person present, okay? So now we're gonna do our program updates. This is where we take a chance to hear from you all about what's going on in your world. If you have any updates that you'd like to share, any upcoming events, feel free to unmute yourself and you can share your program updates. If you do have something that you'd like to share on the screen, just let me know. I can make you a co-host at that time.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Francesca Leopold. This is my first time on this platform. As a matter of fact, I was at location at 3510 Church Avenue. Been there for a while, thinking that the meeting was in person. So I'm just getting home and I'm joining in. So I just want to introduce myself briefly. My name is Francesca Leopold. I'm an associate human rights specialist at the New York City Commission on Human Rights. And just listening to Julia, we work hands in hands with the vouchers and persons who have been discriminated but I think later on, if I get a chance, I'll be able to do a presentation, more broadly as to the services that we provide to the community and educating our community as to what their rights are under the New York City Commission on Human Rights law. And then our protection is in housing, employment, and public accommodation. And we have over 26 categories that we cover. So just to let you know what we have coming up, we did have a resource fair which was scheduled for the 20th of June, but because of circumstances at the Hillel Plaza, we had to reschedule that resource fair. So now it will be held on August 10th at the Hillel Plaza from 12 to 5 p.m. So if some of you have already registered with us, but those of you who have not registered with us as yet, I will put in my email address in the chat so you'll have it, and then you can shoot me an email to register with us. And then also, if you do have seniors in your network that you're working with, I'm also the chair for the CABS at Kings County Hospital, and I'm hosting a seniors party where the theme is living life like it's golden. So they will have facials and massages and the hair done and hair cutting And you will have games, bingos and different games for them with prizes that will be given out to them. They will have to get takeaway bags as well. Lunch will be provided for them. And in the afternoon, so it will be from 10 to 5. In the afternoon, they will show them a movie where they'll sit and relax and have the tea and everything, all the goodies, you know, and then later in the afternoon, then they will be sent home. So if you have any seniors, I will also, I don't have the flyer right now, but if you are interested in any of the seniors in your network, if the email that I send you, you will also email me and I will send you the flyer so you could register. And that spa day would be on August 25th at Kings County Hospital, the T building on the 2nd floor. So that information will be sent to you. Just reach out to me. I'll put my information in the chat. Reach out to me and I'll send all those flyers to you. The flyer for the resource day and the resource fair and also this Friday. Thank you so much for the opportunity and I'm happy to be here.
You are welcome. Who's next? Thank you for joining us for the first time. We hope to see you many more times.
Charlene has her
Thank you.
hands raised up and
Oh,
then
yes.
Allison.
Thank you so
Charlene.
much, Adeline. Thank you.
Hi, this is Charlene Gordon from New York City Department of Health. I'm actually joining you off site today up in the Bronx. And just to remind folks that we have some virtual webinars available for July and August to join. Do encourage your clients and other staff members. And we're also available for any workshops, trainings around different environmental hazards. And you can reach me. My email is also in the chat. I'll repost. And also, too, if you're interested in getting any literature around environmental health, you can also reach out to me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Allison?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Allison Lamar. It's my first time at this meeting. I am with the Department of Veterans Affairs in the Suicide Prevention Program. I work out of the Brooklyn VA. So my role is to increase awareness and partner with community providers around suicide prevention. We are trying to reach a couple of priorities that we have, including having community providers assess for military status when they do their intake. A lot of veterans do not disclose their military status. And if we're not asking, we're likely not getting that information, and then to be able to provide culturally competent care for veterans and their families. You all might be aware that veterans are at an increased risk for suicide. So it's a big issue. The VA cannot solve it by itself. So we're looking to partner with any community provider who may be serving veterans. The face who is a veteran has changed a lot. So there are a lot of female veterans, a lot of younger veterans, veterans with young families. So it's really important that we ask and assess for military status. And veteran families have some unique challenges. So the VA can help with connecting them to care, but we also work in coalitions to get community-based initiatives around suicide prevention started up in communities. And we also are able to provide information to community organizations around suicide prevention. So basic gatekeeper training on suicide prevention, we do lethal means safety, safety planning, risk stratification for suicide. And there are multiple opportunities for support if any provider is working with a veteran who might be at risk of suicide. I put my name and information in the chat, so please feel free to reach out if you'd like to hear more or to connect with me. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us as well. Connie, would you like to go next?
Sure, thank you very much. My name is Connie Marquez. I'm with Rising Ground, joined by Deshawn Ahing, who's also here, and we're thrilled to be here and very happy, Lameka, to be joining you and to have seen you at last month's God Squad celebration. So congratulations again. And we're thrilled that we are going to be opening a family enrichment center in East Flatbush. So we're very happy to be joining this community and the neighborhood and to be your new neighbors. And for those of you who may not know, family enrichment centers are welcoming, open community centers, which really are dictated and co-designed by the community. So I was asked recently, where will it be? And I said, where the community would like it to be. And they said, what will you offer? And I said, anything that the community would like. So we're really creating this in great collaboration with the partners. So we're looking forward to meeting you. We have a site, a potential site on Church Avenue, which we were told was where that was recommended to us. And it's the front, it's very bright, easy access, right? Very well trafficked. Lamech has actually gone with a few other partners, and we'll open that up to many of you. Jashawn will be leading that tour, likely August 8th, but as soon as the landlord confirms, then we'll invite you to join. And then we'd love to partner with you and to collaborate with you and have exciting, helpful, beneficial programming, which are called offerings. And we're also going to be hiring everybody, and we'd love for it to be somebody with lived experience, someone from the community. Yeah, either who's worked there, lived there, or both. So you'll be hearing from us, and we're very excited to be part of this new community. And Deshaun, if you'd like to say anything.
Kenny, I think you covered a lot of it, but the location that we looked at is actually on Church Avenue. It's between East 54th and 55th Street. So if you guys are familiar with the area, and like Connie was saying, we're actually hiring. They're going to start hiring soon for positions. So if anyone's interested, we'll put our email in the chat, and you guys can definitely, send us any resumes, anyone that you would think would be a great candidate for the director's position, or we have some community coordinator positions too. So we're definitely looking for anyone that's, from the community. We're definitely trying to be entrenched in the East Flatbush community and make a lot of opportunity for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca, for the time.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for joining us. Lakeisha, you next?
Hi, pleasant good afternoon. My name is Lakeisha Moffett. I live in the vicinity of this whole diverse community, I would say, but I'm also a community partner coordinator for We Care in Equus. So which I actually fall in the trap of everyone's unique placement here. So we do many things here. We do diverse employment for people who are just impacted, trainings, as well as community events. I have some of my colleagues who will be willing to come out and partner with everybody to see how we can actually get placements to put people in organizations to work, as well as doing a lot of community events. So like I said, I fall in many gaps that I could assist with everyone here. And it's my first time coming on here, and I'm greatly appreciative of all the information that I just received. And I will be willing to partner with each and every one of you. We're here. Thank you.
Thank you. Berlat?
I am with Community Board 17. My first time to this meeting as well. My hope is to kind of bridge the gap between organization to see if you can come to Community Board 17 and explain to the community services that you are providing. We will be having an event on August 19. I just put the information in the chat. Want to reach out and table for Community Board 17. Please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm actually from JCCA, the Bronx office, but I also am in the Brooklyn office. I'm actually not too far from Sesame, so I actually ran here. So I'm so sorry I'm late, but I actually came to the in-person meeting. I didn't know that we switched over to the Zoom. But I'm happy to be here with everybody and to be in a community. I'm not too far from here. I am a East Flatbush native. Happy to be here to talk about our adoption program. We also have foster care for those who are interested. We have individuals that are medically fragile that will be working with children that have varying medical needs. So if you or anyone that you know that has any opportunities or programs, please feel free to spread the word and give us information. We definitely accept referrals for foster parents, as well as we are taking people for the ORR program. If you're not familiar with ORR, it's for the individuals that are undocumented minors that are actually coming to the Brooklyn area and Queens. So if you're interested in that, I'll also put in my chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have anyone else that would like to share program updates?
Hi, not so much an update, just to say thank you for inviting me to this meeting. My name is Rebecca Herman. I am with the Flatbush Recovery and Wellness Center here at the Flatbush Junction on Flatbush Avenue, 1623. We're affiliated with Catholic Charities of Brooklyn and Queens, and I'm the clinical director for our substance use program. Joining me here is Daniel Warner, who works as well within the substance use field. He actually works in our opt-into recovery program, which provides low threshold initiation onto buprenorphine for people suffering from opioid use disorders. And yeah, not a lot of updates, just that we're here. We're excited to be a part of this meeting and part of the community. Yeah, we are accepting referrals. So if you know of anyone who has or has been affected by substance use disorders, or someone who is mandated, we have a lot of clients who are referred to us via Brooklyn Task and the court system, you can make a referral to us. Ideally, you would make it through the call center of Catholic Charities, and I will drop that number in the chat.
Thank you. Do we have any other program updates? Okay, Cindy, have you heard from Darlena? Okay, I just got a message from Cindy. Darlena will not be joining us today. Okay, thanks for the update. So at this time, I'm actually going to, unless we have any other program updates, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our presentation and just share a few more things before we wrap it up for today. Okay, so we just had our program updates. Want to just remind everyone that we are on social media. We are on Facebook and Instagram. Our handle is East Flatbush Partnership. Last month, we put out a call to anyone that is interested in joining our governance team. Our governance team meets the first Tuesday of every month. Our new time is going to be 4 p.m. until 5 p.m. The purpose of that meeting is to ensure that we are hearing from community members, those who are residents of East Flatbush, as well as service providers, to help us really make decisions that are going to impact families in East Flatbush. We do planning during that meeting. We talk high level as far as the goals that we have. We work through the budget together. So it's definitely a great place for people to come who really want to have an impact on what goes on in East Flatbush. So I welcome you. If you're interested in being part of our governance team, feel free to email me, and Kai, if you can put my email address in the chat for everyone, you guys can reach out to me for that. If you have any questions now, feel free to ask. We can definitely answer those questions. Our next meeting is going to be on August 24th at 3 o'clock. And I just want to apologize. I know that someone mentioned earlier that they went to Sesame Flyers. That actually was an accident. The last invite that went out had that location by mistake. So we apologize for those of you who may have gone there. We're pretty much going to be meeting virtually. We probably will have our end of year celebration in December in person like we have done in the past. But you know, definitely ensure that you have signed up for our newsletter so that you can get the most up-to-date information about where we are, okay? So again, apologize for those who didn't receive updated information. And lastly, I just want to share that our catchment area is 11203, 210, 212, and 11226. I'm going to stop sharing just to leave this open so that if anyone wanted to take some time just to connect with each other, we definitely have some time for that. If there's any other programs that wanted to share a little bit more information than they did during program updates, now is the time. So I'm just gonna leave it open for you all so that you can engage with each other at this time. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask those too.
Yeah, my question is, and the same question, because we from New York City Commission on Human Rights, and I realized that the caption that you put in, I am at 11225, but with our agency, we covers the whole of Brooklyn, and we covers the 5 boroughs, and it is it's something that I have been looking for, because we really want to work with the communities at large, you know, to really bring much awareness to our community. And although we do discrimination cases for persons who may be discriminated against in the community, but I also, as someone who is with the hospital, I do work, and I heard one of the ladies spoke, I think from Flatbush, I don't remember, let me see if I see her face, I think Rebecca. And I think that I've spoken to her before. So we also work with the community when it comes to maternal health, and then also as well as mental health. You know, so it's all around that, because we want persons to get the best service that they can get, and that persons are not being discriminated, not only in housing or in employment, but different areas when it comes to healthcare for our communities as well. And someone just placed in the chat whether it is too late. So I'm only hope that it's not too late, because definitely I would like to partner with you so that I could be part of that meeting, so we can service the communities. It's quite the word I want to use, but you just put the catchment area. But as far as I know, it goes beyond the area where you're already representing. But I would really love to work with you. Our agency would be happy to work with you.
Thank you for sharing that. And I just want to confirm, when you say work with us, you mean regarding being a part of the governance team?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna just take down your name, and if you could please email me, and then we can definitely touch base to talk about that, okay?
Yes, can you put your name in the information in the
I'll do it now. Yep.
Okay.
And hi, good afternoon. And Lakeisha Moffett also wants to partner within it as well. So I did send a message to send all the contact information with everyone as well to my email address. I put 2 components of emails in there, and we're willing to work on both aspects. I fall in like a very obscure area where I work with the DOE and also with HRA. So that's where I'm at. So on each component, I'm willing to, I'm availing myself and some of my colleagues.
All right, I like that.
Yes.
Great. So I have Lakeisha and Francisca. That's how you pronounce your first name? Okay, great. So I have that. I'll definitely reach out to both of you. And just wanted to clarify, because you know, we're talking about the catchment area. So we are one of 11 partnerships throughout the 5 boroughs. And those families that live in like the Coney Island, Mill Basin, there's no partnership near them. So although I state that those are the 4 zip codes we service, if there's a family outside of the partnership, outside of that catchment area, we definitely will service them. But let's say we do get in contact with a resident that lives in Bushwick, we will have them referred to the Bushwick partnership. So just wanted to put that out there just to clarify for people as far as how we operate around providing services. So anyone else interested in joining the governance team? This is great. Yes, Deshaun, you wanted to share something?
No, I was gonna say, you can put me and Connie down.
Okay, great, thank you. Great. Okay, any other updates or questions? This is just our powwow time right now. If we were in person, this would be like the mingling session. So anything else you all wanted to share?
I'm excited to be here, but I just want to, hearing all the information that was given out this afternoon, I just want the partners here to know that we are available to do presentation training your organization. So if you want us, my information is in the chat. So if you want us to come into your organization, any shelters that may need us, or any organization at all that you would like us to come in to do, we do the peer mediation service. We have persons who work with young people from 14 years and up, so we can have that going. And then also for me, just doing the discrimination cases and just educating persons, and also just to make you understand that regardless of one's immigration status, they have rights in New York City. So we come in and we let them know what their rights are under the New York City law. So if any one of you wish for me to come to do a presentation, we have different languages. We have persons who speak Spanish, any language that, even in our literatures, we have the different languages, over 26 different languages. So we can have someone, we can give out the literatures in languages, and we can have someone to come to do Spanish or French or Creole and English as well. So we are here to serve the community, and then we are open to work with you in whichever way that we can.
Thank you. Would
wanna
anyone else
be
like
in-
to share? Julia?
Just saying, I want to be wherever you are, Francisca. Is the nice breeze going by the water?
You're muted. You're muted.
You realize I'm not funning, I'm just feeling the breeze. Yes, I think 17 asked if we do tabling. Yes, we do tabling as well. We go anywhere you want us, we are there. We do tabling all over, and just don't forget that we're hosting. I think your event is the same day as mine. I'm hosting the resource fair, Hillel Plaza, August 10th. So looking forward to seeing you guys, for those who would like to come to table with us.
Thank you. Great.
I would like to share something.
Sure. How you doing, Daphne?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm with the Art and Public Speaking program. I don't have an update, but we are currently holding our 6-week summer program. We are going to be at week 4, and the kids are very excited. They've been learning and exploring their creativity and facing their fear of speaking in front of an audience. But today I just wanted to share the Love and Kindness Day that's happening. It's one of the organizations that's very supportive of us. We use their conference room for our summer program. So Love and Kindness is having a Love and Kindness Day, August 5th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is at the Flatbush Junction. I think it's called Hillel Plaza. So the Love and Kindness Day is intended to create supportive and inclusive environment for people of all ages, background, and identities. I know that they've been collecting a lot of great information from different organizations. I know that they will have a lot of great information regarding mental health. I'm excited about I think it's a massage table they're going to have, and a lot of great activities for the kids in the community. So August 5th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Just make sure you come out with your family. Thanks.
Thank you. I wanted to share also that this meeting has been recorded, and you all will receive the recording as well as the meeting minutes, the notes from the chat as well, where you see everyone's contact information. So if you didn't have a chance to capture it during the meeting, an email will be sent out to you with all that information. And then whatever presentations we get, we'll include in that meeting as well. Okay. All right. Yes, Connie.
If I can just ask quickly, what's the best way to send out the job descriptions that we'll have?
Yep. So you can send them to Cindy Reed, and then she'll put them in our newsletter.
Perfect. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Welcome. You're welcome. Yes, and if you do have anything that needs to be included in the newsletter, this is to everyone, please send it, like I would say, by the Monday of that week. We try to get our eyes reviewing it on Tuesday so that it can go out on Wednesday. So if you send it on like Tuesday afternoon, it's kind of pushing it too close for us. So no later than Monday is ideal. All right. Anything else anyone would like to share? Any questions? Okay, I think we're done. And hopefully we can get the person that was supposed to present at a different meeting. I hope that all is well with them, but we're grateful that all of you were here with us today, and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you all later. Hi, Mr. Brown, how are you?
Bye-bye.
Same
Thank
to you.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you.
And
Bye.
Lamecca,
Yes.
happy belated.
Oh, thank you.